What was food growing up like?
I think Indonesian food has always been so like diverse.
Yeah.
So for me, I see food. It's supposed to be complicated. It's supposed to be complex.
Akankah suatu hari nanti gitu, makanan kita dikenal seperti negara-negara lain mengenal, let's say, sushi gitu?
Yeah, I'm optimistic. I think there will be.
Is it ironic bahwa kita tidak mengapresiasi makanan lokal atau bahan-bahan lokal?
Yeah, it's very ironic.
I'm assuming when it comes to cooking, there's lots of fails or
Yeah.
there's lots of R&Ds.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to lie and say it tastes good when it doesn't.
Yeah.
So is that a huge chunk of content creating or?
I had like experimental recipes,
Got it.
like making telur balado out of like tofu and agar-agar. That was so experimental. I'm sorry, I lied in the content, but that was shit. Sorry, that was not good at all.
But you're not actually 100% vegan, correct?
Yeah, okay, announcement.
You have a tattoo of tempeh
Yeah,
on your lips.
yeah. Okay, I can show you.
Because it's what?
Welcome to the Friday Podcast, a melting pot of all ideas and stories. Whether it's the resilience behind a punchline, the humanity behind a policy, or the spark that fuels a masterpiece. In our studio, we pull back the curtain and explore the other side of every story. Because here at the Friday Podcast, we talk, you listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Friday Podcast. This is your host, E.S. Lawrence. An inspiring content creator who's redefining the way we think about Indonesian food, focused on local ingredients and vegan recipes. But the more I look into his content, the more I dig deeper to his writing, it's not about food. It's about the philosophy, the impact, and the role of food in diplomacy. Ladies and gentlemen, a light in the dark, Tamtam. Thank you for being here.
Oh my god, it's my honor being here. It's very big.
Tamtam, it's I mean, I saw you of course dari Explore page gitu. It all started there. Started from tempeh and then I started following, started looking around and it got me sangat tertarik dengan konten-konten.
Yeah.
But it actually gave me more interest karena it's the first that gave me bahwa kayak I have to look at this page is the name.
Ah,
Tamtam. Dan nggak ada satupun nama asli lo gitu di tulisan interview apa segala macam, nothing gitu. So I want to know you as a person, if I may gitu. Obviously Tamtam itu nama panggilan gitu. So what's who's the man behind Tamtam and what's his story?
Yeah, so my real name is Pratama.
Yeah.
Well, it's very long name, Muhammad Pratama Putra Nugraha.
Okay.
Yeah, but my father and both my parents have always called me Tamtam dari kecil. Terus, I went to culinary school and I fell in love with food. I went to pastry for a reason because I didn't want to handle meat back then. And I then worked in Jakarta Vegan Guide for 2.5 years, which I studied where I was aware about content creation. And so I was 2.5 years working for them, making food contents before I started my own.
Really?
Yeah.
Ini sebelum lo kerja 9 to 5?
Before, yeah. So it's my line of work has been for 4 years.
So food, you've always been around food.
Yeah. So I studied food and culinary, but then I didn't want to work in like production house or restaurant. I don't know. It seems like you're exploiting a good art, at least for me.
Yeah.
I love food, but I don't fit in the restaurant culture. So, and I think content creation is one way for you to immortalize a recipe.
Yeah.
And it's you have to make the video really good for a certain recipe. And it's,
There's plenty of reason of how good content creation and food where it meets gitu, banyak banget alasan bagus untuk itu ada gitu. It's diplomacy, it's arts, it's culture, it's everything in between gitu. Tapi what I love food and many people love food gitu, and I can't think of anyone that doesn't appreciate food gitu. But what makes you fell in love into food dan terutama Indonesian ingredients gitu? What was the start?
Yeah, I always see food as something that is so super super humbling.
Okay.
It seems to me it's sort of I still see food as a survival instinct.
Yeah.
And it still is. And I don't know, it seems to me like 3 times a day humans are reminded that we cannot live without like
Yeah.
nature's resources.
Yeah.
And so that's, yeah, food has always been a humbling medium for me.
Okay.
And if I think about like what's the most humble food, I think it's like vegan foods. It's
Yeah.
the cheapest food. It's like
Betul.
the most minimal like effort and energy taken from making these vegan foods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was food growing up like?
Food, I mean I love like variations, you know. I think Indonesian food has always been so like diverse.
Yeah.
In like your table there's like lots of things.
Yeah.
So for me I see food, it's supposed to be complicated. It's supposed to be complex.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I'm traveling, like I cannot, like if there's like there's only 3 ingredients in a plate, like I can't do that.
You can't do that.
No.
Okay. Tapi dulu ketika asumsi gue adalah you fell in love with food ever since you were a kid.
Yeah.
What was growing up? What was the food like growing up gitu? Apakah standar nasi dengan nugget gitu seperti anak kecil zaman gue
Yeah.
gitu? Was it like that or the complexity was always
I mean,
there?
yeah, I mean, I'm still the same. Dulu makan nugget juga mungkin sekali-sekali, Indomie gitu kan. Tapi as I grew up, my parents remarried. Terus it terjebak remarried to a Padang person. Terus jadi kayak semua gulai tuh
Yeah.
kayak di meja, telur balado. Jadi kayak wah itu kayak umur berapa? 12 tahun gitu. Udah mulai exposed with like diversity.
Dan rasa.
Dan rasa, dan yeah, all the good stuff. And yeah, but I grew up, I'm Sundanese.
Okay.
I grew up with lots of lalapan.
Yeah.
So it seems to me like
Vegan. Yeah.
like going vegan was pretty easy because I'm well aware of like all the plant-based stuff.
Of course, dan menjadi vegan di Indonesia itu sangat mudah sebetulnya.
Yeah.
Karena banyak sekali makanan vegan di luar sana, ada gado-gado, ketoprak dan so on
Yeah.
gitu. Dan karedok kalau Sunda
Yeah.
gitu. It's really, that's one of the reason why I started becoming pescatarian.
Yeah.
I think 2018 gitu. Knowing how easy it was
Yeah,
gitu.
yeah.
Dan when I saw your content, I was like, "Ooh, I wished he existed
Okay.
that year when I was, really
Yeah.
trying." Tapi I think that's one factor that really got people to know you gitu. Akhirnya tahu
Yeah.
Tamtam itu siapa dari Instagram gitu.
Yeah.
You're real. What's the story behind that gitu? I knew you said you worked in the world of food. Abis itu sempat 9 to 5 juga gitu kerja sampai akhirnya sekarang you're doing content for a living. What's the
Yeah.
story behind that?
Well, yeah. Well, I started like my content creation 4 years ago. I became vegan in 2019. Well, vegetarian since 2018. Well, the one thing that made me go vegetarian was just the love of like vegetables, and all the concept was interesting enough.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. It has always been interesting, and I knew that but way before I went to my university. Terus, so I knew that one day I'll become a vegetarian. So I didn't want to take culinary. I want to take pastry instead.
Okay.
So
You're a man of plans.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't plan it back then. I just
Okay.
sort of have that feeling that
Okay.
one day I'll be vegan, I guess. Terus, yeah, 2020, I was exposed with all the community. They're all amazing. I think that's also like the biggest key. Becoming vegan or vegetarian. It's the community that helps you a lot. And yeah, terus, well, it's a new thing. Like me handling my own social media has been like 5 months now. It's still a very new thing. So I'm still new. And yeah, I'm unemployed.
Is that what you call
Yeah.
yourself? Seorang pengangguran gitu.
Yeah.
But I mean, when did you realize bahwa I gotta take this seriously now?
Yeah, I had the calling like way before that. Waktu kerja sama Jakarta Vegan Guide, I veganize Indonesian dishes. Jadi kayak rawon, rendang
Yeah.
dibikin vegan. So it's not the originally vegan ones.
Yeah.
And then like 2.5 years, that's a long time. And while doing so, I find that, you know what, what has the most value is what's originally vegan. And I had the calling, and I knew that one day I'm gonna stand by my own and I'm gonna make my own brand. And I knew that if I were to make content creation, I would have to make it like super impactful.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like, what's the most impactful like contents, and I think I find this, and I was inspired by Herman Julius from
Yeah.
UK is like one of my biggest idol. He makes like vegan food,
You
like
wanna-
traditional vegan foods.
I had dinner with Julius.
What? No,
Yeah, Ubud.
seriously?
Yeah.
When?
Last year.
Damn.
It was
What?
amazing. Yeah. So it was long story, but it was a bunch of chefs and restaurant owners,
Yeah.
and then we had dinner together. He was across the table. He was quite far, but
Yeah.
it was a long table.
Yeah.
But we talked about food. We talked about the Chinese history of food in Bali yang
Yeah.
jarang banget dibahas gitu.
Yeah.
We talked about that. We talked about how people came. I had to introduce our gold has always been spices.
Yeah.
Then it started in Maluku
Yeah.
and we're the land of spices and so on. So it was a very interesting night and
Wow.
and that's why when I saw your post about him, I was like, yeah, I gotta tell this story to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think food inspires people.
Yeah, it does.
And that's when I said to you that your content really inspired gitu.
Hmm.
But what is it that you said bahwa you gotta meng-highlight Indonesian food bukan hanya makanannya tapi bahan-bahannya gitu. Karena it's underappreciated. That's
Yeah.
what you said.
Yeah.
Why is it underappreciated, do you think?
Because there's lots of things that no one has even found out. I think the diversity is what I think. Other than spices, our diversity is also another gold.
Betul.
Like we're so diverse.
Yeah.
We don't know like where to start. And yeah, I was aware of like the importance of food biodiversity back in like 2 years ago. I watched Bu Helianti Hilman, founder Jafara.
Yeah.
I watched her in TED Talk.
She's amazing.
Yeah, on the stage, and I was inspired. That was like the first time like I was aware.
Yeah.
I got aware of biodiversity, and damn, this is very important. And I wanna be in it. I wanna be in like the movement.
That's right.
So I think I just want to like Indonesia be like the pinnacle of like food biodiversity in the world. We're so diverse.
Akankah suatu hari nanti itu makanan kita dikenal seperti negara-negara lain mengenal, let's say sushi gitu,
Yeah.
which is from Japan gitu, pho
Yeah.
dari Vietnam gitu, or even pad thai
Yeah.
from Thailand gitu. Do you think there will be our moment to shine?
I'm optimistic. I think there will be one point, but
What is it?
That's not really my main goal.
Okay.
Or my hope anyway. My hope is for us to just simply be like the inspiration for like the culinary world globally. Just solely be there and like, if people think about like food biodiversity, I'm hoping that they would think of Indonesia,
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping for. It's like be like inspiration.
Bukan makanannya yang menjadi highlight berarti,
Yeah.
tapi inspirasi berbagai restoran
Yeah.
dari makanan-makanan kita.
Yeah.
Dari
so like,
bahan-bahan pokok kita berarti.
yeah, bahan-bahan. I mean, makanan juga obviously, but yeah, I mean it's sort of for me. I think it stands out more.
Yeah.
Like the ingredients.
That's right. Dan sebetulnya yang dikenal oleh let's say pad thai di luar sana, that's technically not the real pad thai in the area itself gitu. It was actually diubah sedemikian rupa dengan taste Eropa, di taste apa gitu. So I get what you mean. It shouldn't be the dish, tapi it should be the inspiration to create something gitu. But I think what I want to focus on today juga adalah the way you are brave enough at this age of I think lo bisa melakukan banyak hal in your ability to work in dunia F&B and so on, but you choose to do your own content gitu.
Yeah.
What was that decision like for you?
I mean, I've been in this line of work for a long time, and it's sort of like my biggest strength in work, I guess. It's content creating, and I mean, I don't want to say this, but it seems to me like I cannot do anything else. But yeah, so I've always known that I'm gonna create my own brand and like my name at least. And someday I just gotta do it. I did it start October last year, and I was not hoping to go viral at all. And it happened.
Which one went super viral?
Well,
Tempe.
pertama yang rawon dulu.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's like a very controversial clickbait in the beginning.
Which one's that? What did
It
you say?
says, Wait, what does it say? Oh, I called it a black pho.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
That's that is content creating. You need a hook.
Yeah.
You still use hooks? No,
Not as much.
not as much. Okay.
I mean, I think that might be the only. I kept it like that. Should only be the only like controversial hook that I will ever make.
That- nobody thought that food could be that controversial.
Yeah.
But how did you react to such a huge view? I mean,
Yeah.
the numbers kept on going. Gitu.
Yeah, yeah.
How are you? How are you? How did you react to that?
It's definitely overwhelming. At first, I mean, I was happy. Obviously, I'm like very like excited. But I didn't know that I could actually stand like by my own, and the views and the fame sort of like supported me, and it's overwhelming. It definitely makes you anxious, and yeah, it's hard.
And you're only doing it on Reels. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, only reels.
Why not TikTok? Why not YouTube Shorts?
Yeah, I don't play TikTok.
Okay.
I mean, I did post a few stuff in TikToks, but I'm not really as like active in TikTok as I am in Instagram. Tapi I should.
Oh, you should.
I
Okay,
should.
yeah. But there's no specific reason bahwa you're not on it because you're against it. atau
No,
apa gitu.
no. I just yeah, haven't ventured. I will.
You will.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the place where, in fact, YouTube Shorts is where I find lots of food.
Yeah.
Don't you
that's
think
true.
so?
Yeah.
Silakan.
Everyone says that. I think I need to like go into YouTube Short.
What has changed in the food? I mean, culinary content creating world. Because I mean, put it this way. I remember years ago. When you talk about steaks, there's Guga kalau nggak salah gitu.
Yeah.
Atau there's a bunch of content creators based on food. One that I really enjoyed the most back in the day was Sorted Food in the UK gitu.
Assorted food.
Sorted Food namanya. So it's just a bunch of chefs and his pals hanging around and cooking gitu. Now there's a bunch of them I can't even name. But
Yeah.
what I see a lot adalah lots of eating in the cars.
In the cars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw.
There's
Yeah,
lots
yeah.
of contents like
Everywhere.
that. Gitu.
Yeah.
What's the trend like nowadays with content creation and food?
Okay.
And culinary.
What I know in Indonesia, ada kayak siapa ya namanya? Ada a few content creators kayak beberapa sih udah kayak venture into highlighting the ingredients.
Yeah.
Ada kan yang kayak exotic fruit
Yeah.
gitu, pernah lihat mungkin kayak ini buah aneh gitu segala macam. So I knew that the movement is like the wave is coming to like venture into highlighting the ingredients first. So I knew that. I think it started like 2 years ago, and I came in and everyone like accepted it, and it's sort of like an engaging content. And yeah, I think Indonesia especially kayak highlighting foods, highlighting ingredients are like the trend.
And it's as important as highlighting the dish.
Yeah. I don't exactly know why. Like why people are more interested in the ingredients nowadays. But I guess like it's sort of like an exploration, right? It's
Yeah.
sort of like
Dan gue rasa salah satu hal yang paling seksi adalah karena hanya ada di Indonesia ingredients tersebut.
yeah.
And that's
sexy.
probably one of the reasons why you're doing it as well, kan?
Yeah.
I mean, history-wise, in the 13th, 16th century, that's the reason why people came to Indonesia, kan? It's for the spices, it's
Yeah.
for the ingredients, gitu. Sampai akhirnya itu menjadi lebih mahal daripada emas, daripada, most of the things that we have, gitu. So, is it ironic bahwa kita tidak mengapresiasi makanan lokal atau bahan-bahan lokal?
Yeah, it's very ironic.
And how do you? I know it's not your job, Tamtam. Tapi
Yeah.
how do we save it? How do we?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm hoping it's just a phase. Like like this modernization kan memang kayak orang-orang. I mean, social media is new. It's still new thing. So people are more aware of like the westernization of food.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it's just a phase, but yeah, I don't know if I can help it, but I guess I'll just wait and keep on making like local contents.
Yeah, but what you're doing is already helping it, don't
Yeah.
you think?
Yeah. Yeah, sort of what I do. Yeah.
It's a big deal. What's your process of actually making from zero to publishing it?
Yeah, it's a long process.
Is it? It's
Yeah.
Well, you call it a job now, yeah?
Yeah.
You're happy to do it. You're proud of it.
Yeah.
Run us through.
Yeah. So 4 months now, 4 to 5 months, I've been working this like content creation, and I haven't really found the right spot where I can like make this into like the most effective way. I still think that I need like an editor and like some manager, I guess, but mostly editor because I spend like, oh my god, 5 hours is the minimal time I spend
Really?
like editing on my own in my phone.
Like on CapCut or InShot?
Not CapCut, VLLO.
So you do everything on your phone?
Yeah, I do
Record?
everything on my phone. Yeah, with my
Crazy.
phone.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still that new.
Okay. So you record, you edit yourself.
Yeah.
Where's the storyline? Like, do you put a storyline or do you just see where it goes?
Yeah, I planned the recipe and I knew that okay, there certain if I were to plan recipes, I would also have to plan like the selling point. Like what makes tempe gembus interesting and what makes just tempe interesting.
Yeah.
I needed to like write that down, just like one selling point. And then I make the content and I do the writing after I edit them and I do like the voiceover. So I make the narration after I edit them. But the selling point is like it's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why the same shirt all the time?
Yeah, so I'm wearing one. Okay, that's a very funny story. Well, as I've told you, I worked 2.5 years in Jakarta Vegan Guide. I make food content, and I'm still in the same place where I'm doing now, and it's outdoor kitchen.
Okay.
And the number one issue for two
The
and a half,
kitchen that you shoot is outdoor.
yeah, semi-outdoor. It's
Okay,
sheltered,
got it.
but it's outdoor. And the number one issue has always been like I'm super sweaty. I'm super sweaty. Like I look sweaty too, like in camera. And at one point, like let me just embrace the heat.
Put on a jumper.
Yeah, put on jumper, and somehow it didn't feel as hot. I don't know. This
Really?
shirt. It's my favorite sweater too, and it has like a big pores.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like when like wind's coming, it sort of like retains the coolness. So
So function over fashion.
Yeah, function too, but also like fashion. I love it too, and it helps with the feed. It looks cool on the feed,
Yeah.
and I guess I don't know. It's promoting slow fashion too. I guess
Of course, and
yeah.
consistency is always important.
Yeah.
And doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's that.
How do you manage the balance between authenticity? It's either the ingredients of the food, culture, and also virality. I mean, I know that's something new, gitu.
Yeah.
Making contents with speed and knowing what people want. How do you balance the two of that?
Yeah, I think I try to make it as authentic as possible, as informative as possible too. It's hard. I think researching is also like the big part of like planning out the contents, like researching about like the food and like the ingredients and everything that I tell in the story. And it's hard. It definitely needs like a journalism skill in this content creation.
Well, you go to an extent that you travel
Yeah, I
for
travel.
research.
I mean, it was partly research in what I did, and yeah, it was also holiday. But I think culinary travels is always a great vacation.
That's not what we see, Tapi. That part
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah,
to
I
find
should.
to find an ingredient.
Yeah.
You just got back from Lombok,
Yeah,
and I mean nobody is paying you for this. You
Yeah.
get what I mean?
yeah, but it's fun
a tough
anyway.
job.
Yeah, I know this is not a good move, but I'm willing to not be paid. But it's a great hobby anyway. I love doing it. But yeah, I should make it into content, I guess.
Definitely.
Yeah, right? Well, I'm trying to build my carousel, like my feed posts into like travels.
Yeah.
And like my research,
Yeah.
like documentation. Jadi mungkin, well, hopefully like soon. Because I did.
What do
like,
you
take
find in
pictures.
particular when you travel in regards to food?
In Lombok?
Yeah, Lombok or anywhere.
Oke, I'm specifying in Lombok kayak kemarin gue nemu sop ares, sayur ares. Ares tuh di bahasa Sasak tuh batang pisang, batang pohon pisang. Dan mereka makan itu Well, my aunt told me that it used to be like a cheap, poor poverty food.
Got it.
Because not everyone can eat like the bananas.
Yeah, and
or like the
bananas
banana
only live
blossom.
once, kan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they tried to like also eat the stems, and but now it changed because bananas are everywhere, but the trunks are not. And in order to really get to the trunk, you need to like chop the whole tree.
That's right.
Yeah. So it became like a luxurious food now and ceremonial food now. Yeah. That's so interesting. Sayur ares ini.
So you don't recreate foods. You don't recreate dishes.
I do.
Oh, sorry.
I will.
You recreate dishes. You don't like make a new menu out of it, right?
Sometimes I do. Like I just posted like today. I use tempe gembus for paneer masala.
Wow.
So I do. Just it. Well, it goes back to the ingredients. What sort of dishes highlights the ingredients most? You know. And at certain, it's either like I want to highlight the dish or the ingredients. Sometimes I want to highlight the dish too. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I'm assuming when it comes to cooking, there's lots of fails or like,
Yeah.
there's lots of R&Ds.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to lie and say it tastes good when it doesn't.
Yeah.
So is that a huge chunk of content creating or?
Yeah. So 2.5 years, Jakarta Vegan Guide. I had like experimental recipes.
Got it.
Like making telur balado out of like tofu and agar-agar. That was so experimental.
Say it again.
Making telur balado, but like blended tofu with like cooked agar-agar and
Okay.
mold it into like egg shapes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I lied in the content, but that was shit. Sorry. That was not good at all.
What about the egg yolk?
The egg yolk, I used like potato.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and like some turmeric. But that was 2.5 years, like 2 years ago. But now, like, I'm sticking to like traditional stuff. So mostly are like pretty comfort. Like it's pretty safe recipes. Like you almost can't go wrong with it.
Look, I gotta be honest with you. One of your content, the breadfruit,
Yeah.
you switched bacon with tempeh.
Yeah.
I mean, and then I remember you said like, let's switch bacon with tempeh. I was like, fuck, this is not gonna be good. You know?
It's not bacon at all.
It's not bacon at all. But at least you're being honest. You're
Yeah.
doing something. But of all these dishes that you do, who gets to judge whether it's good or not? Is it yourself or like other people actually get to try?
Yeah, I am my own judge because, but yeah, when I was working again, Jakarta Vegan Guide,
Yeah.
people tried it, right? And
Yeah.
they're like, "This is not good, Tom." So it wasn't me, and
So
but now
we're
it's
relying
only
on
me.
your taste now.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it.
That's a bad thing, right?
I don't
Yeah.
know. That's how everything starts. That's how a good dish starts.
Yeah, but also like if I were to make like a dish, even people say it's good, and I think that it's not good, I would judge it. Like I think it's not good. So most of the times it happens like that. So yeah, even if there's someone to judge my food, I would still listen to my own. It's not a good thing.
But that's the beauty of food.
Yeah.
I mean, not everyone agrees with it.
Yeah.
Not everyone disagrees with it.
Yeah.
And that's food, and that's
Yeah.
why people do it for a living.
Yeah, that's why I didn't work in a restaurant. Yeah.
That's right. That's why you don't work in a restaurant. But you're not actually 100% vegan, correct?
Yeah. Okay. Announcement.
Hey guys, sorry for interrupting the podcast. We have a special announcement. Kita sedang berkolaborasi dengan Avalanche, sebuah brand parfum, dan kita membuat 2 varian. Ada the host dan juga the interview room. Both smells really good, dan it represents the podcast itself. If you're a fan and if you're a friend, jangan lupa langsung beli. Link in the description. Now, let's get back to the podcast. Thank you.
I don't think I go by the label vegan or I don't know, plant-based.
Got it.
It's not. Yeah, we should be labelless, I guess.
As human beings,
it's
that
human
was,
beings. Yeah, I don't want to like separate myself with like other people. Yeah, but my foods, they're labeled. They're plant-based. They're like my recipes are all vegan, 100%.
Got it.
But for me, in order for me to like eat the most authentic pecel in Jogja, like they use shrimp paste, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it anyway.
Yeah.
Unless it's not too fishy, I get like asthma if it's too fishy.
Really? To that extent?
I mean, yeah, just like light asthma, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm okay with shrimp paste. I don't really taste it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, if I were to make it myself, I wouldn't use it. But you know, I'm okay with like trying new things because it's also part of my job.
I mean, now that that's off the way, gitu, I asked you off air, gitu, what is it about meat that you don't consume? Gitu?
Yeah.
And you said in particular because you wanted to try other things, or what is it in
Yeah.
particular that you want to spread the
Yeah.
message out there?
Okay, this actually reminds me to an interview that I had like a month ago with Herbivore by Locavore.
Yeah.
The Ubud. I talked with the chef Arnaud. Shout out to him. He's amazing. He told me that vegetables has so much potential, and I agree with him. Like there's so much things in this world, and meat is just like 1% of it, you know. And if I were to be vegan, or if anyone were to be plant-based, they would have to like also venture into like the ingredients and like the diversity. Again, it's all about, it all goes back to diversity.
That's right.
And it's all about exploration. I think vegetables has so many potentials. The taste, the texture, just everything is amazing. Like there's so many things that you can do with it. So yeah, that's my answer, and I agree with Chef Arnold too.
Bahwa potensinya segitu besar.
Ya, potensinya besar sekali dengan sayur mayur.
And kita sangat beruntung bahwa tanah kita bisa melahirkan sebegitu banyak tipe sayuran yang bukan hanya untuk makanan, tapi
Yeah.
untuk obat, untuk minum,
Yeah.
untuk jamu, and so
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
And that's what we have. Yang sayangnya, so many people are against it.
Against what exactly?
Against eating vegetables. I mean,
Right, yeah.
I do know one person here that doesn't eat veggies. Yeah, I don't know. Apakah sistem perkenalan terhadap anak kecil yang salah, atau what do you think as well?
I think it's kayaknya juga kayak, I think it's also the parents. That obviously, right? The parents need to love it first, you know? I know that there's so many like older generation who doesn't eat vegetables too.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think bener kayak introduction dari golden age itu penting banget juga gitu.
Yeah.
Kayak, dan juga make it really good too. I think that's like the most important part.
Yeah, that's right.
Make it really good and make it like, you know, and you don't overcook broccolis. I see so many overcooked broccolis.
I
So
actually
mushy.
like that taste of crunch, not the
Oh,
overcooked.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why people like to mush it.
Yeah. Like certain restaurants, there's like, they're so overcooking broccolis. It's not, there's
is it
no
true that
appeal in it.
when you overcook vegetables, you lose the nutrition?
I'm not really the best person to answer this, but I guess yeah, but not protein, I guess. That's what I know.
it.
Like protein is very indestructible.
And it's there anyway. Kind of.
Yeah, it's there anyway, even if you like,
No matter what you do,
if you cook
drink
it, for,
it, you cook
yeah,
it, you
exactly,
boil it.
it's there. But I guess yeah, certain nutrients need to be like consumed raw.
Yeah.
I guess.
One fun fact about you that we probably don't know, we realized adalah you have a tattoo of tempeh
Yeah.
on your lips.
Yeah. Okay, I can show you, but it's not there anymore.
Because
Is it?
it's what?
It's not. It's just dots now, and it fades very very quickly.
What's the story behind that?
Okay. Okay. Shout out to my brother. He has like tattoos all over his body.
Okay.
And one day
Is that your only tattoo?
Yeah, my own.
No, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, I
On
don't.
your lips.
So again, my brother sort of forced me to have a tattoo along with him because he got like a free tattoo.
Okay.
And I told him like, I'm sort of against tattoos. I don't like the concept of it.
Okay.
But I did some research and I found out that tattoos in inner lips are not permanent. They're temporary.
I see.
So yeah, that's why inner lips, because it's not permanent and you can't see it anyway.
Okay, but why tempeh?
Because I love it so much. I mean, I love it so. It's like yeah, it's more than rice. I can't live without tempeh.
Really, you have tempeh every day.
Yeah, definitely.
I spoke with lots of people that are really into tempeh.
Yeah.
I went to a tempeh revolution conference once. I have actually the shirt. We talked about it. I think we have one person talk about tempeh in this podcast as well, gitu. it's beautiful. It's the nutrition. It's the history and everything
Yeah.
in between. Gitu.
Yeah.
But why in particular that you really really love tempeh?
Okay, like my personal connection with tempeh. Well, first of all, it's very cheap, and it's like it's so also like a very groundbreaking statement to tell the world that tempeh in here is so cheap. It's much cheaper than like meat, than like chicken, than like beef. It's a big statement. If I were to like highlight it, that's one. But also, it's so good. I just can't describe it. It's so umami, and it's the texture. I mean, it is my personal opinion, but it's sort of meant to be fried. Tempeh is sort of meant to be fried. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but it's so good when it's fried. Oh, of course,
I
you
actually
can.
agree. Yeah, it's meant to be fried. It's like, well, no, not really potatoes. Tapi French fries are much better than like steamed potatoes. You get what I mean?
Yeah. True. But yeah, I mean, bacem is also really nice, and dilodeh juga is also really nice. But man, like if you were to like fry it, it becomes like 5 times nicer, more umami,
Yeah,
and like
that's
the
right.
texture is there.
That's right.
So,
Well, another fun fact is that you never lived abroad.
yeah. How did you know?
You never studied abroad.
No, yeah,
Never lived abroad.
No.
How did you get so fluent? And
Oh yeah, I think that's very interesting. I don't know. I did study like in international school, sampai kelas 3 SD.
okay,
Tapi still, I went to BM after that, so it's not an international school. I went to more public, non-international school more than I did with international school, but I guess like it's just movies and musics and like just
Really?
influences around me.
and the impact of social media, I guess.
Well, I was fluent way before social media, so I don't think it's social media. Yeah,
Wow. And
yeah,
and I think you're doing it in English. Your content,
yeah,
karena you want to reach a wider
yeah,
audience.
yeah.
Has
Global
that been
audience.
impactful?
Yeah, it has actually. Yeah. Most Indonesians would think like they would say that damn the logatnya bagus banget gitu segala macam. But yeah, it goes to the international audience very much more easier, and it does like I think
Has it been doing
easier.
well?
Yeah, it has. Well, that's my goal to make it like more than 50% like international audience, but now it's becoming like 60% Indonesian audience, which is also
fine.
really amazing because it does bring great impact to the local audience anyway. But yeah, I'm trying to engage in international audience.
What are the comments atau what are the impacts towards the global audience?
The global, it's mostly I get like, where can I get this ingredient? You know, it's only accessible in Indonesia, but I guess it's not really like my goal and my contents. My goal is to again like make it like an inspiration for like people to appreciate biodiversity more, and also food diplomacy. You know, gastro diplomacy, and I guess it's also like it brings tourism, hopefully, like on a certain percentage. And it's always great to talk about our local culture to international audience, to foreigners, right?
Yeah.
It feels good, and it's like your pride is there, and it's
Yeah.
like you're so enthusiastic about it.
No.
And yeah, that's what I'm channeling in my contents.
I agree that
Yeah.
gastro diplomacy should be one of the aim gitu.
Yeah,
You go to Europe,
yeah,
every 500 meters there's a Thai restaurant.
yeah.
The Thai government has this thing called Thai Select. Have you ever heard of that? Thai Select
Yeah.
is basically they put stamps on 3 types of Thai restaurants. So there's the authentic one, there's the gastro kind, and there's like the street food kind.
Oh, wow.
And they have their own curation, and that's what makes Thailand, known for its simple flavor of pad thai.
Yeah,
And that's what makes people go there, of their food and their interest and
Yeah.
everything. And Korea has, if I'm not mistaken, it's called K diplomacy. They even have their own jingle about kimchi.
Oh.
And it's interesting because we have so many kimchis. We have so many pad thais.
Yeah.
Why is it so difficult for us to introduce something that's ours?
Yeah,
Rendang
yeah.
gitu.
Okay. I guess one of the main reason why Thai people and the Koreans are really successful in their gastro diplomacy is they've always been they put it in like their priorities in like
Yeah.
when it comes to like tourism board, and they've been doing it for years, for like since like the 90s, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, they concentrate on it so much. I guess that's what's missing in us. But also, like, if you were to ask, like, the governments, I guess their answer would be like, because we're so diverse. It's too diverse. And that's what I'm trying to embrace, you know? I think that's
We're
the
too
key.
diverse that we can't pick one.
Yeah.
Is that?
I mean, yeah. It's a cliche answer.
Yeah.
But I guess, yeah, everyone, I guess that's what I'm trying to embrace, you know? I guess that's what we should embrace. I guess
Yeah.
we shouldn't really, like sell the dish or the ingredients. I guess we should just, you know, inspire. Like the
Yeah.
biodiversity, put it up there, you know?
What? Well, okay, well, then I'll ask this for you to you, gitu.
Yeah.
What should be the perfect dish to introduce this country?
Okay, that's hard. I mean, I don't want to be biased, but tempeh. I mean, I did find it in Lombok, but I didn't really. It's not a common thing in Bali, but although it's pretty common. Yeah, I don't think there is.
Really? Soto, rendang.
It's so different. Soto Padang and Soto Jawa,
That's right.
they're so different. Although it goes by one name, but it's so different though.
Yeah.
Sambal goes by one name, but it's so different from east
You're
to
right.
west. So yeah, I guess you can't really narrow it. You don't really have to narrow it anyway, I guess.
Yeah, it's not. That's not how you do it.
Yeah, I don't think that's the way. Yeah.
So you're right. Actually, how to introduce us is through our biodiversity and see
Yeah.
the amount of love and respect towards food in different parts of Indonesia.
Yeah. Well, the best experience if for anyone to just go to Indonesia, but I guess if you were to like introduce like in a complete Indonesian restaurant, I guess you have to put like from east to west. Like that's the proper way to introduce
Yeah.
our food.
Yeah.
You gotta put gulai. You gotta put like yeah, coto Makassar. You gotta put like
Yeah.
it's everything like from east to west.
So where is this going for the next 5 years? Do you think?
Like the movement, like
Yeah,
the
and,
wave.
and content creating. Since you're new
Yeah.
to this world, I mean, you said 5 months.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about the long run.
Yeah.
You're young. You still got lots of energy. You know what you're doing. So what is it in 5 years?
Yeah. Well, for this year, I'm just concentrating in like monetizing it because I am just doing this. So I'm trying to make like the offline activation, I guess. Like I'll post it. I guess there are some agendas that I'm gonna make, like offline activation, like events and pop-up dinners. That I think I should concentrate on those events too. But on the long run, I mean, I'm looking forward to. I don't know. I don't want to jinx it, but I want to create a book. I guess that would be interesting.
Recipe
And
book or history?
yeah, I think similar to Mustika Rasa mungkin. Oh, actually no. I need to have like that stories. Yeah, like I don't know. Like I haven't really planned it out, but yeah, it's a combination of like storytelling and like foods, I guess. Also philosophy, and it's amazing to just compile it in one book. It would be nice to have like movies too, I guess. So I'm like, yeah,
That does sound interesting.
yeah. I don't want. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you shouldn't jinx it, but that's maybe coming really,
Yeah.
really, in quite the route.
Yeah, I also want to open a restaurant. I want to do many things. Yeah, too many things.
What does your family say about this now that you're focused on content creating?
What was that? Sorry.
What does your family say about this?
They love it. They think that I'm doing the right. I'm going through the right direction, and I love. They love the fact that I'm venturing into like culture, and I am like, promoting our culture. And I think the feedback has been great, but the feedback for me being vegan back then wasn't really great.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, just like, yeah, I had like parents. I think most parents would disagree for anyone to just, I think, not even vegan, like go into like a certain diet.
Yeah, yeah.
Too
Change is
controversial for
always
them.
Weird.
Yeah.
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 But I guess it wouldn't, because one of the reason why I stopped being pescatarian was
Yeah.
also lebaran.
Oh, okay.
Like a good santan with rendang and everything in one plate. That You gotta kill me to stop me eating that. But I did stop eating that for 5 years. It was rather weird not having kandang. But at the end of the day, it's by choice. And what I realized, Abdullah, is for you to not tell people what to do at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Non-judgmental, super
Yeah.
inclusive.
And that's one of the best things, Gito. The more you actually believe in yourself, then the more you actually do it for your own, not for
Yeah.
other people. Gito.
And like I know, like most vegans would like be super judgmental, super radical about like me eating like shrimp paste, but I guess that's what sustains me. It sustains me to being like accessible with like the all the vegetables. You know, it helps me being. And you don't want to be me being like carnivore all of a sudden. So in order for me and many of like all the plant-based communities to maintain is to like make it as accessible as possible.
Is that new for you? All
What?
the judgments on social media?
Oh no. I mean I was vegan, so
Yeah.
I get all the judgments like for 5 years now. And yeah, I don't think I think I'm pretty prone
Pretty tough and pretty tough for
yeah,
everything.
with the
Okay.
judgments.
Now that we've talked about food and I think your journey in content creating and what your vision is for the next 5 years, Gito, how do you multiple what you're doing twice as good, twice as much? And because I mean what you're doing is already to such a wide audience. Gito.
Yeah.
You want to expand, you want to because
Yeah.
what you're doing is really, really good. How do you plan on doing that?
I think I definitely need a team. I should like form a team one day. Editor would be nice. Manager, I guess. But yeah, I think that should be like my main goal next after I
Got it.
maintain monetizing it. Building a team, but also like I don't know, like when it comes to like aesthetics and like all the inventions, innovative ideas, I don't really think about it. You know, it doesn't.
Wow,
It should come on its own.
And it changes all the time anyway.
It changes all the time anyway. And yeah, I go most of the things that I do are by intuitions anyway. So yeah, I don't really plan it out.
You do take talk shows as well.
Yeah, but not that much though. This is my first podcast.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Well, I can't wait to see more of you everywhere because I do realize, but what you're doing is really important. It's
Yeah.
really inspiring, and I know for a fact that many people are, mungkin sekarang baru kenal Tamtam
Yeah.
gitu, baru tahu what you do. You're very fresh out there, so I mean, it's only the start,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be much more interesting after this.
Yeah, hopefully.
So what's on the menu next?
Okay. Can we talk about the vegan local food? This what I do. Like it's the movement is there. Julius just released a book.
Yeah, okay.
A year ago or a few months ago, and we're also like 2 documentary regarding vegan local foods are coming.
Okay.
In Southeast Asia. One is from Thailand and one is from here, Indonesia.
Really?
Yeah. One is
Who's doing this?
both directed by my friends. One is Max from Thailand. They run Root the Future. They're releasing soon. I think like in a few weeks, I guess.
Okay.
Like this
Where is
documentary.
this gonna be? On YouTube or?
I don't know. But I guess yeah, I'll let you know. But the other one is hosted by Andofi, our friend.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And directed by James Hoot. He lives in Bali. Yeah. So 2 upcoming very big vegan local documentaries. Not just vegan, but vegan local. This is what I do. Like the advocacies that I do. So the movement, I don't know. It's like quietly like increasing the movement, and so I'm hoping that it's getting bigger, and by that I'm also like doing like offline activations. I'm gonna make hopefully next month I'm gonna have a pop-up dinner with Burr Greens.
Wow. Yeah, I love
You're invited.
Max.
And I'll invite you, and I'm gonna have like a 5-course dinner where I highlight 30 different ingredients.
Wow.
Hopefully it runs smoothly because it is my first pop-up dinner. I'm trying to let's see if I can make a brand, perhaps
Wow.
like a
You
yeah,
got a
like
lot on your plate, Tamtam.
yeah. I want to plan it out, but yeah, I just what I like to do, I guess.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Are you involved in this documentary at all?
No. So they made the documentary way before they found me.
Got it.
And I mean, I'm good, but yeah, but they're my friends, and so
Yeah.
I partly feel involved. I don't know, because they're my friend.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, what's the highlight on this documentary? So local vegan food.
Yeah.
So is it finding local
street foods?
street food,
Yeah,
or
local
is it
street
creating
foods.
one, or
No, well, in Thailand they highlight street foods more.
Correct.
In Indonesia, I think they're trying to highlight more of like the culture and
Yeah.
more about the people too, like how people perceive veganism. It's more vegan in Indonesia, I guess.
the word vegan itself has ada konotasi eksklusif.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Sedangkan vegan di Indonesia itu sangat umum.
Yeah, nabati.
But exactly gitu. So I don't think it's a problem of access.
Yeah,
It's a problem of understanding
that's true.
what
Yeah,
vegan is, right?
yeah,
Berarti untuk mempermudah bahwa ternyata apa yang kita jalanin sehari-hari itu sebetulnya some of the meals are actually vegan,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And what are and I know it's really good for your health gitu. But what are some other benefits of being vegan actually? Because I know some of the people that are listening to this probably want to try to be vegan for a week or two or even a day or
Yeah.
two.
Yeah, don't take it like too strictly. I mean, I guess if you wanna, you can. But for me, what has always maintained me is the non-strictness,
Yeah.
and just go by your comfort food. You don't have to go vegetarian or vegan overnight. Do it slowly. Do it super slowly. I was exposed to vegetarianism way in 2018, 2017 even, and I was vegetarian for 6 months and then off for another year,
yeah.
and then I became again. So it's like, just take it slowly. Just incorporate. Switch your meats once in a while.
Yeah.
Go meatless Monday if you've heard of it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
meatless Monday or vegan January.
Is that a thing? That wasn't a thing when I started it.
Oh, okay.
Veganuary?
Yeah. I think it started in pandemic. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's based in the UK. And yeah, just do it super slowly. You don't have to like force yourself. Go with your comfort food. Go with go with rice and gorengan. I mean, I don't want to like
That's true. That's true. That's what I had then. I remember I really wanted pagembus and all I had was nasi and terong and pagembus
Oh.
and the cabe kan. And then I remember him saying to me, "Mas, nggak apa-apa mas kalau kita mau tambahin ayam." I'm like, I'm not broke. This is what I eat.
I get that. Yeah,
Yeah, you get that, kan?
Yeah, I
You get what I
definitely
mean,
get.
kan? Yeah.
Kayak kalau ke masakan Padang kayak cuman makan gulai nangkanya doang. I mean, that's what I love anyway. Terus kayak ini doang gitu, sayur doang mas. Iya, it's fine. But yeah, just go with your comfort food. That's the key, I guess.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really nice. Well, Tamtam, you got a lot on your plate, and I'm really excited to see where everything is going, and I can't wait to talk to you again once everything is all, with your new book and everything one day.
I don't know.
you know.
Okay, hopefully.
Let's not jinx it, but hopefully. But anything else you want to add?
What was that?
Anything else you want to add?
No, all good. Everything is out there.
Well, Pratama, thank you so much for being here. And last but not least, don't forget to check out Tamtam's Instagram and hopefully TikTok by the time this is up.
Yeah.
Should you do it? Are you going to do it?
What was that?
Your TikTok?
Oh, TikTok. Yeah, I did it, but I'm not consistent on it. So I should.
Hopefully
I should.
it's
Yeah.
gonna be out there.
Yeah.
Also YouTube Shorts. But here's the link to Tamtam's Instagram. It's down below. And I'll see you guys next time. My name is Yes Lawrence.
I'm Tamtam.
I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.